All done till there? Or do you have any doubt? Just write into the chat box. I'm seeing there whatever is your doubts. I'm waiting. Please write over there. Students, those who are raising your hands, please drop your queries into the chat. Please write. I'm waiting. Fine. So I see you don't have any doubt. So let's move further to the Seaborn. As we already discussed about the matplotlib data visualization, now we are moving to the Seaborn. Let me write over there. Anyone can tell me what do you mean by Seaborn? What exactly it is? Anyone? What is Seaborn? I hope I'm audible to you, students.
Yes, Sejal, ma'am, you are audible.
Thank you, Shri. Yes, students, what do you mean by Seaborn? I'm waiting for your response, students. Please be active. Otherwise, how we can make the session interactive, right? Anyone, any sort of idea? Fine. See, basically, Seaborn is a library of Python which we are using for to make the visualization easy, more cleaner, and somewhere more meaningful. Right. So whenever you are working on with data analysis or machine learning, wherever you are using Seaborn for the visualization purpose. Why we are using Seaborn when we already have Matplotlib? Then why we are using Seaborn? What's the difference between both of them? Why we switch to the Seaborn after Matplotlib? See, basically this Seaborn is the smarter version. We can say the pro version of the Matplotlib. It is basically more smarter than this, and we need to write less code and we can make better plots. Like if I can compare between the Matplotlib and Seaborn, we have to write in the Matplotlib 3 to 4 lines nearly about, but we comparatively to this we have to just write 1 or 2 lines. Just if we have here 5 6, then we have in here if we have 5 6 lines of the code, then we have to nearly write here about 3 to 4 lines. So the lines are less, so we can make more professional charts. It is best for the statistical charts, whether we can talk about the distribution charts, relationship chart. In the distribution chart, a student in the previous session asked me how we get to know that which kind of chart we need and how we can get it. So like for the distribution purpose we can move to the histogram charts. For the relationships we can move to the scatter charts, line charts. For the comparisons we can move to the box plot charts, bar charts, and many more. After that, it basically also works directly with the data frames. Like you all are familiar with the pandas. So see, this Seaborn is somewhere very feels very natural. If you see, many of the students you were asked about me why we are loading the data from the using Seaborn, not pandas. So that is also one of the advantage of the Seaborn if I can talk about. Then it provides us the automatic styling, like we do not need to take the headache of colors, grids, themes. It is by default provides us very clean and modern visuals, and they are more suitable for the correlation heat maps, feature relationships, for the outlet detection, trend analysis, and many more. See, whenever you are doing the simple and the quick plots, just go with the Seaborn. And whenever you are working for the custom designs, interactive dashboards, and all, see, for the custom designs, go for Matplotlib. But and if you are making about the dashboards, then of course for the dashboards we have the Power BI. Fine. So this is all about the Seaborn, and in a simple line, I can say that C-line is something which we are using to provide high-level statistical data visualizations with less code and better plots comparative to Matplotlib. So this is all the difference. They both are the libraries. Matplotlib is also the library. Seaborn is also the library. But there are some levels of the library. Matplotlib comes under the low level library, where Seaborn is comparatively to the high level library. The first library which was introduced for the visualization part, that was Matplotlib, but this is the advanced version. Seaborn is the advanced version of the Matplotlib. As we already discussed, we need to write more lines of the code in Matplotlib and less lines in Seaborn. Then we can also use the pandas data frame directly inside the Seaborn, but in the Matplotlib we are limited to the arrays and list only. And somewhere Seaborn is more easy to use as compared to Matplotlib. So moving further, why we use Seaborn for the data analysis and the statistics, and to work directly with the data frames in pandas, we can go with it. And it is also good for the machine learning feature analysis as well. After that, you were asking many of the questions that why we are on Python libraries instead of the tools which we already have in the market. Why we are not moving to the tools, right? So see, it is okay. First, let me ask you, what do you think? What's the reason behind that? Anyone from you? What do you think about this? What's your observation? What's your point of view? Students, I'm waiting for you in the chat. I see many of the students are raising. Students, do you don't have the access to write into the chat, is it? Okay, okay. Adarsh, are you there?
Yes, I have given access now.
You just give them the access.
Yeah, I have given for the chat.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, students. So, what do you think? What's the reason? Free. Okay. For the clear and better understanding. Okay. Python is simple. Okay. See, if anyone asks you what do you think the difference between them and why we are going with these libraries when we already have Power BI, Tableau in the market. So in simple term, you can say that Power BI is a business analytical tool which is used for the storytelling. Where on the other hand, the Python visualizations like Matplotlib and the Seaborn, They are basically to understand the data and to do the model building. We are doing the now we can do the visualization in these tools as well, but priorly we are using Python for the visualizations, for the data understanding, for the model building. Now the thing which we can do using the pandas to do the manipulation, the level of the manipulation which we can do using pandas, we cannot do using the Power BI ETL tools, right? So you can say that Power BI is for business storytelling. On the other hand, these Python visualizations are for data understanding and model building. Is it clear? Like you are coming from the data analyst field and data scientist field, then in the early stage you have to work on EDA. You have to finding the patterns, detecting the outliers, featuring the relationships, model debugging, and many more things. This is the early stage of your work. But when you moved into the final stage of your work, then you move to the dashboards, KPIs, business decisions, stakeholder reporting for the managers and the clients specifically. Okay. So, and plus, if I'm talking about the machine learning and AI work, on these sides, Power BI can't replace these things because you cannot visualize feature importance, you cannot check the overfitting, you cannot analyze these residuals, you cannot debug the models inside the Power BI properly. But in the Python, you can use the heat map, you can use the data frame along with the correlation function to instantly understand feature relationships. Clear? Then if I'm now moving to this, if I can put these things to the pipeline side. So Python visualizations automatically runs in pipelines. They work with real-time scripts. They are also used to retrain models and regenerate the plots as well. But if I'm comparing with the other visualizations tool, then we have to manually refresh them. We have to morely focused on the dashboards, not the code part. Fine. Then, if I'm talking about someone right over there related with the control, for more control. So if I'm talking about this control part in Python, basically we can create custom logic plots. We can combine the stats and plots as well. We can visualize intermediate results. I'm talking about the pipelines of the machine learning and all. But in the other hand, Power BI, they only provides us the fixed visual. We cannot customize those visuals. We have a limited deep customization. We cannot be experimental along with the visualization like Power BI and Salesforce. We cannot do the experiments over there. But in the Python, we can build our own custom logic based plots as well, right? And as someone also write in the chat that it is free, yeah, Python is free and open source, but for the Power BI and all, we have to pay something. So for the startups and those who are working this as in the research teams, they are mostly worked on the Python, not on Power BI and all. So this is all about. So like in the submission, I can say that we are using these Python libraries like Matplotlib, Seaborn, specifically because the session is all about the data visualization. So we are using them for the data exploration, statistical analysis, and model development. But all the other tools in the market which we have Power BI, Excel, Tableau, they are used for presenting the finalized insights which we are presenting to our stakeholders, business stakeholders. That's why if you now see in the Power BI, Python is also inbuilt, our language is also inbuilt. So this is all about. Now, you have any doubt, just let me know. Any doubt? Anyone? Is it clear? Now you can easily compare concept. See, make sure that the concept should be clear to you. If you are not clear with the concept, what exactly it is, then it doesn't make like you are not get clear with the logic as well. Because you have something like why we are doing this. If you don't have the answer of why, then you cannot understand the things. Okay? Clear? Feel free, whatever you have done. Are there other tools that are free to extract data like Power BI and at that efficiency? We have say what I can what's the name? Yeah, Tableau is also there, which is free and also helps us to create the dashboards, which we can publish over the server and but many of you get confused like how we can get the link and all because it only few not everyone knows because some people are going to the Tableau desktop version, but it only provides you a month of the trial or 14 days of trial. But there is one more platform which is basically known as the Tableau Public Desktop, which is completely free. Even you can publish your dashboards over the server as well. On the other hand, Power BI is open source if I'm talking about the Power BI desktop. But if I am talking about the Power BI services, when you are talking, because or you can only build the reports in the Power BI desktop version. But to create the dashboards, you need to switch from Power BI desktop to Power BI services, and there you need the paid services. Yes, you can make the dashboards and everything, but you cannot share those dashboards. So yeah, this is all about. What else, students? Any other thing? Okay, okay. What about others? I'm getting response only from 10 to 12 students. What about others? Okay, okay, okay. Be active, okay? Otherwise, how we can make the sessions interactive? Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Good, good. Just like this, be active. Perfect. So now let's move to the Seaborn. I hope Matplotlib is also already clear to you all, right? Good. So now let's move to the Seaborn. And I choose the data sets which are already inbuilt over there, so we do not need to reshare again and again. So let's move to the Seaborn part. So because we are focusing morely on the plottings, so let's first create the box plot. So what is it is because Seaborn we already imported as SNS, so SNS dot box plot box plot, then you have to give now the syntax is changed. We do not need to use here x label and y label. That see, I told you that in the Seaborn lines are reducing, coding lines are reducing. So now you can see instead of x label and y label like plot dot x plt dot x label plt dot y label, we do not need to write it. We can directly add over there. So if my x equals to day and my y equals to total bill, and data I am importing equals to data. Now just write the plt dot title. So my title is this is our we are finding total bill by day. Total bill by day. Okay. So just title, just no need, even no need to write the show and all. Just is it fine? Now it's visible. and just see. Now you can even compare. For the box plot, just need to write 2 lines of the code. And now see the matplotlib once. Is it clear or any doubt, students? Is it clear or any doubt? So now you can see this middle line is basically showing the median. These dots, if you can see, these are basically our outliers. Okay. So moving to the next. Very good. Most of you all see what we can do, how it will work. Just let me know if you have data equals to data. Basically, we are fetching it from the data which edit at the above. That is. So what we can do, we can we can build first 4, 5. Then I will give you the time to practice. Okay. First, see the screen and focus over there so that you will not getting confused. Now let's create the count plot. So just see, now the syntax is same, logic is same, just we need to change the name. So now we are creating the count plot. Again, x-axis is there. So here we do not need the y-axis, just the x. So my x equals to my day. So I can say that x equals to my day and data equals to data. And now the title plt dot title. So I can, we are basically using the count plot, so I can write customer count by day. Customer count by day. Yes. See, data is not defined now. Use the same sheet which I shared with you, okay? Then it will be. Because data equals to data means, let me show you. The above one, we created the frame over there that data equals to this. Yeah, you can see. Because our data set in the data format. That's why it equals to data. Clear or any doubt in this? Harsh, is it not Harsh? Ayushi, is this clear? Why we are using data? Because our data set is in the data frame which we created. That's why. Okay. So now we have the PLT title. That's it. No need to write show and all. And you can see here. Are you able to see the difference between the Seaborn and the Matplotlib? Very good. Very good. So now you can see here, it's automatically counts the categories. You do not need to write anything. And it is more cleaner than the Matplotlib bar chart. You can see the bar chart which we created here. And you can see here, it is more clear, right? And even more easy to write. Just 2 lines of the code and that's it. I told you, Parth, that Matplotlib is the first library which was introduced, and Seaborn is the advanced level of the Matplotlib. Okay, we will talk about the labeling part as well. Okay, anything else? Someone is asking that how, okay, Harsh, how box plot is works. See, base generally box plots is used for the distribution, for the median at the outliers. You can see here. This is the box plot. It is most of the we are using for the numerical data to highlight the distribution part, whether it can be the median and the outliers. So moving to the next. And we have one more, like we have something violent plot. It is something new for you. So let me zoom out. Code. Someone is showing error. Vansh, see, students, no need to do right now. I will give you the time. First, listen carefully because I see I just covered the topic why we are using the data, and some students are still confused because you are not listening it properly. So I will give you the time properly. I will give you 2 to 3 minutes to practice over there. Right now, just listen first. Why we are using data equals to data? Because our data, we created a frame here with along with the name of the data in which our data set is stored. Here you can see our data set is stored in data. That's why we write here data equals to data. First, see the screen, then properly I will give you, okay? So yeah, let's create the violin plot. This is something new to you all. So again, this is see for syntax is same for all, okay? Violin plot. Again, I'm my x equals to, because here I'm finding the distribution by gender. So I need to write the gender. Then I need here y as well. So y equals to my tip. And now where is my data which is stored? Data equals to data. Now title, plt, plt dot title, and tip distribution by gender. That's it. See, where you are storing the data, whatever the data frame which you are creating, just write the name. Mine is data, that's why I'm using data. If mine is a Darwan, then I have to change it. So you can see here. This is the distribution for the male and this is the distribution for the female. And why it is known as the violin? Because of the shape. Is it clear, students, or do you have any doubt in this? Is it clear or any doubt? Tip is the name basically, okay? Tip basically because this is the restaurant data. So tip indicates here like when once you come out from the dining, you give something, some sort of amount to the waiter who's serving food to you. That is the tip here. So one more uh, plot we are creating, which is the heat map, and then I will share with you the codes, and then you have to practice. So now the heat plot. So again, SNS dot heat. So basically, we are using the heat map for the correlation. Correlation is basically known as the relationship strength, which provides us the range from -1 to +1. Okay. So now heat map, SNS dot heat map. Now we are using the correlation and our anode equals to true. You can see right now because correlation is not yet defined, so we need to define it what it is core, so we will. But let me first write the syntax. What is anode here? Anode true means that the value should be visible, not annotations. Anode equals to true means the values should be visible. Okay, comma. Now CMAP. What is this? CMAP equals to cool warm. Cool warm. What is this cool warm is basically the intuitive color scale. Okay, it is the intuitive color scale. Okay, now you can see we have all the things, only the correlation which is not yet defined, which we will define. Now it is simple plot dot title, and we are showing the correlations. So correlation using heat map. Okay, right now if I'm running this, you can see it give me the error because correlation is not yet defined. Name is not yet defined. So what we can do, let me select the cell and adding a code. And let me define what it is this code. So correlation is my from the data. The correlation is the numeric value which is not equals to true, which is, sorry, not which is equals to true. Now let me run it, and now you can see it will be done. Let me run this. And here it is, our correlation map. It's showing the data from -1 to 1. And why we use the Coulomb? Coulomb intuitive color scale. You can see the color scale, right? This is the Coulomb. Violin plot we are basically using for the, it's something, see, violin map is the combination of the histogram plus the box plot. We are using this for the advanced analysis because of the density. Okay. Yeah, sure. Anything else, students? Do you have any doubt further? Ma'am, can you explain in box plot how data is actually spreading distributed, like what math behind that? See, Tejas, you can see over there. Here, as I told you, this line is basically highlighting the median of the, based upon the data columns which you have selected. Based upon that, this is known as the descriptive statistics, which behind in the back end, you do not need to write any formula for these. So these middle lines are basically highlighting the medians, and dots are basically highlight the outliers. Okay. And if you are talking about the what exactly the outliers, then these are the data points that basically lie from the values. Okay. Let's take an example. Suppose you have an amount of rupees 1 lakh, but if there is a point which is near about to 1 CR, then 1 CR is the outlier point. So someone is asking for correlation analysis, heat map in machine learning algo, only one diagnosis should be there indicating that no independent variable are interdependent on each other. Yeah, somewhere Raj we can say. Ma'am, can you please explain the heat map? See, heat map is just basically they are showing you the correlation between just a second. Just give me a second, please. Yeah, coming back. So yeah, what's your question is, ma'am, can you please explain the heat maps? See, heat map is basically used for the correlation. Correlation basically it helps us to show that the how much the variables are basically related to each other. And why we are using the Coulomb, which is basically used to represent the colors from highest to lowest and all. So we are using the, now if you are talking about what exactly the correlation is, correlation basically helps us to measure the relationship between the numerical variables, and the range between both of them is -1 to +1. If it is -1, if you can see 0.5, so it is near or just below the 0 point, then it considered as the negative relationship. If it is still +1, those colors who are in red, they are known as the positive relationship, and those who are lies between zero and all, they are considered as there that there is no relationship between them. Okay, is it clear, students, or any further doubt? Perfect. Yes, Sahil, we can use year of year to define the correlation as well. So now I am giving you the codes of all, okay? Into the chat, do it. Heat plot. How many you have done till there? And again, I'm repeating, please don't copy and paste it. Otherwise, you will not get the syntax. What about others? Perfect, very good. You want code for correlation, okay? Good. So I'm giving you 2 minutes. Rest those who are doing, just do it fast. Okay? Then we'll continue. I'm giving you 2 minutes to do it fast, those who are still doing. I see many of you are done. Perfect. So let's discuss some real business case studies based upon this particular data set, okay? Like suppose I'm just giving you a let me yeah. So now I am asking because from the morning itself we are mostly discussing about all about this particular data set, okay? So now I am giving you a case study. I'm writing over there. What do you think? Do smokers, let me write into the chat. Do smokers tip more? This is the study which you want to. How, what do you think? How we can solve it? Which chart we can pick and like how we can compare it? What should be the on x-axis? What should be on the y-axis? What title we can write? So I provided you a case study. Do smokers tip more? Okay, Nirmal. Yeah, we can consider bar plot. Line chart for timeline or duration. We do not need duration part over there. So no, Raj. Tip and smoker divided by yes and no using bar plot and see, somewhere we can use the violet chart as well if we want to get the data directly. Yeah, Dhruv, we can use the violet chart, just yes and no. That okay, the smokers are giving the chart more tip, yes or no. We can take it in the simple format as well. That's completely right. So we can create two charts on the same study. One is we can go with the yeah simple bar chart we can of course create, but let's move with the box plot chart and the violin chart. Okay. So suppose SNS dot first we are moving with the box plot where x axis is our smoker and y axis we have tip and data is from data. Title, just run it. Fine. One way is this we'll get them median we'll get the and we will get the what I can say the outliers as well. Basically the visual comparison. But let me copy this and paste it here. Now many of you are talking about in the Relis Patel. Lilis, I will definitely copy your code and run it here. Okay, just give me a second. Let me do this in the bar chart as well. Someone is talking about that, ma'am. We can use the bar chart. Okay, let's do this into the bar chart as well. So we can, you can see we can do this into the bar plot as well in the yes and no format. Now let's do this into the violin. Realize I'm pasting your one as it is, okay? To show you that your one is right. And here you can see. Is it clear, students, or any doubt? Student, is this clear or any doubt? Very good. Like, see, if you want to change the color and all, then you can just write here color equals to red. Okay, clear? You can see it's just showing you the yes and no. It's very simple to over there. Correlation is not defined because you didn't run this particular. You have to first define that this is the correlation. Let me paste the code with you into the chat. Check it. Okay. So does it means customization is yeah, customization is just same as Matplotlib. We can also use it within that instead of correlation is yeah, we can write directly this thing as well. But it will ask that what is this CORR then. So no. Okay. It will create the issue. It will not ask because data is already your defined. Agar if your data is not defined, Raj, then it will ask because the data part you already defined. That's why it is not. But if your data part is not defined, then of course it will create the problem. Okay. Now I am giving you the second case study, and you all have to write just what's the name of the person? I see one student who gave me the code for this one violin chart specifically. So now I'm giving you the second case study, and I'm expecting that you provide me the code, then I will run on the screen. Now the question is, the case study of second is the gender based spending. The gender based spending. So what do you think, which chart we can choose here so that we can categorize that to fetch the marketing insights, that's how much female are spending and how much male are spending. So just write the code and share with me. I will run on the screen in front of you all. Provide me the code. I'm not talking about which chart specifically, just write the code complete. I'm waiting for your code. Bar plot. I see many of you. Let me run all these one by one, okay? So the first is Nirmal shared a code with the violet one. Okay, Nirmal, let me run yours first. So you chose the violin chart for gender. So, but here there is a problem. Where is the amount? Because I told you gender wise spending I want to know, right? So here it's quite confusing that we don't know the values. What is the total amount? We are not talking about the tip. Okay. Next we have of Darshan. Let me check of the Darshan. Nirmal, is it clear? Yeah, Darshan. This is the total bill, and this is for the, yeah, it is right that this is for the male, which is nearly about 20, and for the female, it is nearly about 17, 18. Next, Yuvraj. Again, Yuvraj is also using the violin. Let me see. Yeah, somewhere it is also fine. Then we have of, okay, someone is used the matplotlib concept. Okay, it's something different. Correct, very good. Then Nirmal is you. Yeah, Nirmal, now it's fine. Let me show you. You can see. It is fine now. Ashutosh. This one is also fine. I see many of you are writing this right code. Perfect. Okay, someone is again using the matplotlib. Manish. Let me run it, Manish. There is an error. Data equals to gender spending. No, no, no. How you can define this? This is wrong. Next we have, yeah, almost all are same rest. Yeah, I see then rest of all are the same. Manish, this is wrong here, okay? You cannot data equals to gender spending. Yeah, I see now most of all are same. Perfect, very good. Fine, students. So I see many you all are clear with the matplotlib and Seaborn. Now, if you have further doubts, then please let me know. We are nearly close about this concept. Now we'll move to the EDA. Okay, what about others? Okay, I can proceed it further. Okay. See, in the I'm just summarizing this. See, what you can do, students, whenever you are practicing this matplotlib, even you are choosing multiple colors, wrong chart, you are not doing the labeling, you are misleading the scales. So to avoid all these things, the best practices are pick one chart and deliver a single message. Make sure the label access is clear, you are using the legends properly, and try to think being a user who's reading your charts. Okay. So what you can do, you can you already have the sheets, you have all things. You can try to change the Seaborn themes, compare lunch versus dinner bills. You can create the histogram for a tip. You can plot for the average tip by day and many more things. It's see the tools which we have, they all can plot the charts. But being the data analyst, being a data engineer, that's your work to create the insights. No one can provide you, okay, this is the insight. No, from the data, you have to create the insights from your side. Okay, so this is all about the data visualization part using Matplotlib and Seaborn. I hope things are clear to you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any doubt. And very good. Yeah, I see many of the students. Okay. So see, once you are good with the Python, okay, okay. Perfect. So now let's move to the EDA. Okay, exploratory data analysis using Python. Can you please let me know what you have covered in the last session? I know, but I want to know from your side how much you are familiar with the EDA part. So just please let me know into the chat. I'm seeing the response. Using pandas for data handling, okay. Handling missing data, okay. EDA is used for data handling by pandas and NumPy for data handling and visualization to find patterns, formatting data, remove duplicates, data preparation. Okay, very good. Identify outliers, understand variable relationships. EDA is an approach to analyzing data sets to summarize their main characteristics, often using statistical graphics and data visualization methods. EDA is used to understand, clean, and analyze data by finding patterns, relationships, and errors before applying machine learning or statistical models. In EDA, we do data handling by removing duplicate data, missing data, data formatting, after which we perform data visualization, spot anomalies, removing duplicates, spot outlier, understand distribution of data, identify relation, that is correlation, then verifying data. Okay, I see. Okay, perfect. See, EDA exploratory data analysis, you are somewhere familiar because we are done almost with the visualization part, and somewhere we have a topic for the today part as well. That's why I'm just discussing with you. We will discuss some examples as well, and we will connect. Now we are connecting the EDA with the visualization, sorry, with the Matplotlib and the Seaborn as well. Okay. So you are familiar that EDA is something where you are getting familiar with data before modeling, right? Like what data we have, is the data is cleaned, are there any patterns, any problems we have or not, right? Correct? So we have to basically, now I have a question with you all. Which time is the perfect timing to do the EDA? Before building the model or after building the model? What do you think? What is the correct time to do the EDA? Before building a model or after building the model? Very good. Before building the model. Correct. Because EDA is something like, again, as I told you about the Power BI, that DEX is something in the Power BI. You can compare a engine in the car. Just like this, in the analytical world, the EDA is something like the engine. So fine, moving further, let me add a new file, new notebook. Yeah, okay. So now let's start with the data loading and setup, in general setup, which we need to write, okay? Import pandas. as PD, import NumPy. What do you mean by NumPy? As NP, import matplotlib dot pyplot as PLT, and last is import cborn as SNS. Python, which is used as a number. Okay, numerical Python, NumPy. Okay. So let's run this. NumPy is for numerical operations. Others we already discussed, right? Let me correct this. Let's move to the next. Now let's load the data set. Again, we are not moving into the pandas. We are just creating the data frame. TF equals to SNS dot load. This is the simple way. And again, I am picking a data set which is already there of the Titanic. Just run this. Next code. So this is done. The data set is there. We are working on the real survival data, which is mostly used in the industries. So let's see the data. How many row, like to check the number of columns and all the stuff. So just data frame dot had. You can see we have the survived, P class, 6, age, SIP, spark, fair, embarked, class, who, adult, male, tech, embarked, town, alive, alone, and along with this data set. Okay. After this, we identified the categorical and the numerical columns. So now we are using the df dot shape so that we can get like which column is for what, like numerical number of rows and columns, basically how many we have. So you can see we have 891 rows and 15 columns. After that, let's check the info. And you can see these are the column names, their data type. We don't have we can see in the age we have only 714 number of the rows, the data we have. Similarly in the deck as well, so we have somewhere the null values as well. So moving to the code next. Now let's check their sanity. So we checked the objects and all shape we sorry info we already checked. Now let's describe them as well. To check mean, median, basically they are descriptive statistics which we can get using the describe, count, mean, standard, minimum, 25, 26%, whatsoever the result should be there. After that, if you want to describe for a specific column, so you can also do this using include function. So suppose I want to know only for the, let me check. Yeah, you can see I have the data type object as well. So I want to specifically check for a specific object. So I can include like df.describe and then in the brackets include equals to object. Fine. So this is how you can get for only the one particular object. Just like if you want to get for the int 64, then you can write for int 64 as well, and you can only write bool as well. So you will get only for the bool. Clear? Is this or any doubt further? Any doubt, students? Okay, okay. Perfect. See, once you are familiar with the EDA and like pandas, NumPy, and the visualization tools just like Matplotlib and Pipellet, and you know the basic of the Python till OOPS concept and all the thing, it's then which means you are somewhere you are mostly familiar with the Python. All columns where you're talking about this all columns, yes, I'm not getting it where you're talking about. Fine, so moving to the next. So now let's understand the variables, okay? So suppose I want to separate the column types. Anyone, any idea how we can? This is the descriptive statistics, yes. This is the descriptive statistics, and these P class, they all are the columns which are in the data set we have. Using split, okay, I am talking about to separate the column types, Nimble. I am talking about to separate the column types. Like you can see using the describe, we have these types. I want to separate these column types. Like for different analysis, we need for different for we need it for each type, right? So I'm talking about this using type function. Okay, not the exact, not the correct answer, but somewhere right. See, if you want to get the numeric columns like int 64, float, like the integer and the decimal ones, so let's first create for this the numerical columns equals to, so first the data frame equals to select data types in which what we are including. Now we have to write whatever you are including. So I am including here int 64, comma, float 64, float 64. It's already closed, and from we are categorizing this from the column. So use this instead of let's just use the full stop and write columns. Okay. Now this is for the numerical one. Now same like this we have to do for the categorical. Category columns equals to again df dot select data types. Okay. So df dot select data types. Then you can use include. Now you can include those who are coming inside the categorical datasets like we have the strings, categories, objects, and so on. So in this I can add my object category and then split using the columns. Now here we have done. Now let's get the data for both of them. So just write here num columns, comma, get columns. That's it. Just run this. Include is not defined. He already let me run this one more time. Maybe it is. Let me write the equals to sign. Just, yeah, now it's fine. Fine. So you can see it is further categorized that these are the, let me, so you can see we have these are the columns which we have the categorical one objects, and we have this p class age and all, where we have the int 64 and the float 64. So this is how we can separate the column types. Fine. Is it clear? I hope you are not facing any problems inside the dataset, because the datasets which we are using, they are public, so that you can easily utilize them for the practice. You do not need to do any kind of hustle like I have to share the file, you have to download it, and then you have to load it using the data frame. You can easily use this. Just write the Titanic, because this is the public data sets which are for your practices. Those who are not familiar with this, if you have any doubt related with this, how we can get it, so you can drop your query. Is it clear, or any doubt in this? Fine. Let's move now to the, so this is all about whatever we have discussed right now, the variables. Now we have unvariate analysis as well, which we are doing inside the numerical variable distribution specifically. So let me move into there. So this is basically done using the matplotlib. Like we have to create the charts. This is like 95% is the same similarity with the matplotlib. We are just basically creating the histogram, box plot, or any of the chart where we are numerically distributing the variables. Like suppose I want to find the count of the age. So what I can do, I can put age on my x-axis, on my y-axis I can put the count, and the title I can give the age distribution, and how many number of bins you want. If you are creating the histogram, then how many number of bins you want to use, you have to just showing them the, just a second please, give me a second. Fine. So coming back, so this is something like we are just creating the histogram, like number of bins you have, whatever you have. So let me show you. We already discussed this. Suppose I want to create a histogram chart where my data frame in the age I want, and then I have to highlight how many number of bins I want. So suppose I want 25 bins, like the 25 frequency, my frequency should be of 25 only. It can be 30, 35, 30, 40, how many number of bins you want, it's completely your wish. Then I have to give the PI title. So I'm choosing the age distribution. After that, plt.x label, and here I can write again the age on the x-axis, and on y-axis I want the count. So while label, I can write the count, and that's it. So you can see I have total 25 bins over there. So this is basically known as the univariate analysis, which we, in this we have the histogram. It can be the box plot, categorical variable, like the count plot you can do, box plot you can do. After this, these charts are basically comes under the unvariate. Then in the bivariate, we have the charts like bar chart, like if you want to check the survival versus the gender, survival versus the age versus the survival. Let me show you the bivariate as well. Let me give it a name. This is the univariate variables. Next we have the variables. Okay, so suppose I want to fetch here the survival versus gender. So I'm creating here the bar chart, bar plot, where my x-axis is the gender. After that, my y-axis is my survived. Then my data is from the data equals to which I created equals to df. After that, title, survival rate for gender or by gender. That's it. For male and for female. Just like this, we can create the bar charts by a box plot. Then we have the multivariate analysis. In the multivariate analysis, again the bar plot and the correlation charts. Basically, the combined insights are fetch coming inside the multivariate. After this, next we have the outlier detection. In the outlier detection, it is basically for to define the statistical outliers, to identify the extreme values we are using them. Next, we have to deal with the missing value analysis. Let's focus on the missing value analysis. All of you are already familiar with this. Univariate variables are basically histograms. These are comes under the univariate variables where you are not comparing, you are just finding the relationships between them. Where on the other hand we have the bivariate where we are comparing. Okay, and multivariate, they are the combination basically of the multiple insights. So now let's see how we can deal with the null value. So if let's check if df is null dot sum, how many we have the data here. Let me check only right now if df is null. It is considering it is df is null. Let me, yeah, sorry, I forgot the parenthesis. But instead of null, we need to first check where we have, because we already discussed. Here, let me check. We need to move there later. First, we need to check how where we have the null values. Then we will run that. So you can see we have total 891 rows. If you can see here the data shape, we have total 891 rows. But if you can see in the age, we have 714 entries only. Then if you can see in the deck as well, we have only 203 entries. Similarly, in the embark town, we have only 889. So which means that we have somewhere we have the null values. Now let's run this. So yeah, now you can see using this as well. In the deck, we have 688 values which are missing. Similarly, for the age as well, we have 177 entries which are null. For embark, we have 2 entries which are null. So now we have to deal like which columns are can be problematic for us. So what we can do for this to check the relation between these nulls and the null values, we can use the heat map. So let me write here sns dot heat map where data frame is should be is null parenthesis, and if my C bar equals to false, after that give me the title, and my title is to check the missing values in the map. Okay, so now you can see for the age, like it is basically representing the rows. For the deck, we have the many huge entries. You can see wherever this color is filled, which means the entries are not there. These are all the null values. So it is showing with the heat map. Okay. Similarly, you can see in the age we have 177, wherever we have lines which are indicating that we have null values on this particular points. Okay. Is it clear how we are comparing with this? Is it clear? If anyone you are confusing what is the C bar, C bar is basically the color bar. Okay. C bar which we are using in the heat map to represent the numbers. We'll discuss path. Is it clear, students, or any doubt? Okay, okay. So see, first, whenever you are doing dealing, group by by rate variables. Yeah, I'm just scrolling, Nemal, please wait. See, whenever you are detecting the missing values, the first step is to check that like where are the null values. Like instead of this function, I can just write only to check that df dot is null parenthesis. I can only just check as well. Okay, where I have from one rows to further rows. False false means that these are not the null values, and true means that we have the null values over there. Now to check it further, to get the sum, then we will get the rows by this wise as well, total sum as well. If you are using the sum function, if you are not using, then you will get it. So first step is to detect where you have the missing values. Now coming to the step 2, common ways to fill, like what are the ways, common ways basically, which using which you can fill your missing values. One way, like there are the few functions you can use. I will tell you more common ways which mostly used. So we can use the df dot fillna is the function to fill the data with any of the value whatever you want. Let me just run this. Let me complete this first. Then you can add your data type. So basically, fillna is the function which we are using to fill our, now suppose anything you can write over there. So that we'll do later because we don't have the zero value over there which you can fill. That we will do it later. But right now, fillna is the you see, dropna is the function if you are replacing someone. But if you want to fill that function, that well, like suppose if I'm talking about this particular false, if you want to replace, I'm just giving you the instance, this is something else. If you want to replace this function, then you have to first drop it and then replace it. But if you have it is, if it is null completely, then and you want to fill it, Then you have to use the function which is fill now. Okay, and you have to just select which data frame, which particular in which particular column you want to fill it. So you of course you can do it by column wise as well. Fine. So we have a fill now function as well, which we can use to fill a particular column wherever we have the null values. Then we can also fill them by the statistical format as well, whether it can be the mean, median, mode. Median, in most of the cases, the recommended one is the median one. We can go with the mode as well, but mode we are mostly referring when we have the categorical data. Fine. So, and instead of this as well, if you want to only fill the data directly, you can write directly fill na function and just write the method wherever you want to fill it using this. So you can do it in this format as well. This is using for the forward fill. Like forward fill is basically suppose this is the function and you want to fill it like fill up and fill down. We have this concept in Power BI as well. Suppose there is, let me take the pen. Yeah. Suppose there is 1, 2, and then dash, dash, and 4. So you want to fill it forward, like 2, then here as well it should be considered as 2, and here as well it should be considered as 2. This is known as the forward fill. If you want to talk about the backward fill, which means it moves from the down 4, then here as well is blanks, then it will be also 4, and here as well it will be also 4. Fine. So this is known as the forward fill and the backward fill, which uses to fill the previous value and your next value. So we can use this concept as well. These are most of the common ways to deal with the missing values. Then we can use the SQL concept as well, using the joins and all, not directly joins. It is not, I'm just giving it a name, but we can fill using the a group of values specifically if you want to fill. Then we can, if you are working on the library of the machine learning, then you can also, let me read. Then you can also use the sklearn library as well, which is also helped us to fill the null values. Most of what the students are mostly doing, and there they are getting confused as well. They used, just a second. Yeah. So let me. Yeah. So what students are mostly doing, and that's the reason they are getting stuck. They used mostly the mean concept to fill the missing values. They are dropping the rows without thinking what kind of data they have. Some in some of the cases they are mixing the categorical and the numerical data as well, like they are filling the objects into the integer into the floats, and then they'll get the stuck. So try to avoid these things. Whenever you are whenever you have the categorical data, go with the mode. Whenever you have the time series, use the forward fill and the backward fill. Whenever you have the numerical data, then only deal with the mean and the median values. Okay, so EDA, you are already familiar. We already discussed EDA, so I'm not going into the deep. Now let's discuss about the project part. Just give me a minute. I hope students, my screen is visible to you. Is it? Perfect, perfect. So this is all about the project part. Let's discuss. So you have to basically create the PPT. The PPT template will be shared with you in the into the Telegram group, and this same PDF file is also shared with you into the Telegram group. I hope I'm right. Just let me know. You all received the same file into your
I will
Telegram.
just share it, Sejal ma'am. I have not shared it yet. I am just dropping it right away.
Okay, sure, sure, Adarsh. So you are just receiving this the file in a minute or 2 minutes. You will get the PPT as well, the template which you need to follow. Now let's discuss about the project. So we have these problem statements. Let's discuss these problem statements one by one. See, you have the language which you have to follow is only Python. You have to create the projects, you have to work on the projects using Python. So first we have the problem domain one, border defense and surveillance. Basically, this project is related, this problem is related with the border security, border defense for the defense ministry. Like border security is a critical national priority requiring constant monitoring and rapid response to potential threats. So traditional surveillance systems often rely on manual monitoring, which can be inefficient and error prone. So what are the challenges? Large scale monitoring, delayed threat detection, false alarms, resource constraint, data integration issues, and many more. What you have to do, you have to perform EDA on surveillance and sensor data sets. You have to detect the anomaly detections to identify the unusual activities. You have to classify the objects using the ML and DL, machine learning and deep learning techniques. Basically, you have to run that, use the algorithms over there. You have to analyze the historical incident data to predict high risk. So basically, you can pick the data sets from the Kaggle, and using that data sets you have to predict which area are the high risk zones, and you have to develop the alert prioritization system to reduce false positives. So open data sets related to satellite imagery sensor data, you are they all data are publicly available. The language for the EDA you have to use is Python. The second is the climate change. Climate change is one of the most pressing global changes for the 21st century. And again, on the climate change topic as well, you have to create the EDA. You have to do the EDA. EDA is basically you are doing the visualization, the data set which you are using. You have to prepare the data first, then you have to do the modeling. So what are the major issues? We get that global temperature rise, extreme weather, air quality, data complexity, prediction uncertainty. So again, you have to do the EDA on the climate indicators. You have to identify the long-term trends and the seasonal patterns, why they are happening. You have to build the machine learning models so that they can predict the temperature, rainfall, or air quality. Even in this, you can use the transformers as well, BERT and SWINT. Using BERT and SWINT, you can basically analyze the text and the images both using Python. And transformers are one of the best choices, and they are also booming in the market. So again, you can get the data set very easily. Then we have the sustainability. Despite growing awareness of the environmental challenges, societies worldwide continue to face critical sustainability issues. So we have what are the issues which we are facing, like resource depletion, climate impact, waste management challenges, energy inefficiency, social inequality. So again, you have to perform the EDA on energy, waste or resource consumption data sets. You have to analyze the patterns which are non-renewable or non-renewable energy. Again, you have to use the ML models. You have to explore the what the AI based solution you can recommend it to save the waste classification on energy forecasting. Then the fourth, we have the entertainment and media. Then entertainment and media, again the entertainment and media industry also undergone a massive digital transformation because AI is booming. Content is overload, audience performance predictions, revenue optimization, fake engagement like fake followers and influencers are there, sentiment for volatility. So we using based upon these problems, your objective is again you have to do the EDA. Build the recommendation systems for the movies. Here you can even use the Power BI as well to create the dashboards for the stakeholders. You can perform the sentiment analysis and create the ML models to do the churn, explore deep learning for content classifications. Then the last we have the healthcare and the medical analytics. And this analytics, this project is related with the, again you can create the dashboards as well to show, see what you can do in this healthcare and medical analytics. First, do the EDA, do the data cleaning, prepare the data completely. Now when you move to the visualization part, then go to the Power BI. Connect your data with the Power BI and create your dashboards in the Power BI and then do the analytics. This is the better for this particular problem statement. And you will, as I told you, you will get the data sets directly from the publics like Kaggle and all. So this is all about the projects. Someone is asking project deadline. What of first Fab, so I had selected registered the project. It will be valid. Project by myself. Now, anyone, any kind of doubt related with the project, whatever I told you, please let me know. And the language is Python. Where you have to create the dashboards, go to the Power BI. I work on one project that is mood personalized music recommendatory using NLP mapping and all that can like our personalized choose the now let me Adarsh, are you there?
Uh, yes, I'm here. We
Uh,
cannot select our own project. Students, the project needs to be given by us. This is a mandatory requirement for you. So kindly select the projects which has been given by us.
so students, I
Which
am sharing with you the attendance link. In between, you can drop your queries as well.
the email ID, the company details, everything is already there in the Telegram group, students. You have time in the entire month. Kindly build in your projects. You will be guided in during your sessions also. So we have timelines. We have deadlines for entire month. So project can be submitted by 31st of March.